Hey YouTube, Tutor UK back again with another trades, packages, pickups, car boot, etc, etc. Video game finds, generally. Welcome to all new subscribers, because I always forget to say that, and I do appreciate everybody who obviously takes the time, you know, to sit and watch me waffle on and show what I've been doing with my time, collecting old video games. Car boot was on, just about, I think. Obviously, I don't know if you guys over in the States, or I think I've got a couple of people in the States, but over in the UK, the weather has just been completely up and yo-yo. I mean, the weatherman predicts it one day and it's different. So, you know, for us, I think it's like our flea markets. There, we call them car boots. Very hit and miss. Like I say, it was on today. It was a lot smaller than usual, because I'm guessing everyone just thought it's just going to absolutely hiss it down, so I didn't bother turning out. I've got a few bits and bobs from that, and obviously then I've just got stuff that I've got from out in the wild, and I think one thing that I got from eBay. So and a small trade. So what I'll do anyway, I'll do the actual trade first. Like I say, it was just from an awesome YouTuber who you probably all know, and anyway, you should, if you don't, you should. It's Mewtwo, Alan, and all it was, we had a couple of Master System manuals that we've sort of switched basically. He had one that I needed and I had one that he needed. So it's Batman Returns. So cheers for that, Alan. That's, you know, I mean, it all helps. Yeah, he has got mine, because I know, because he messaged me, so that's fine. Again, I'll put Alan down below there, so to speak. And there'll be my needed Master System list and any spare manuals if anyone happens to have any off that list. Coffee. So yeah, I mean, if anyone has got anything off that, either the manuals or the actual games, PM me. We can sort something out. Trade, cash, whatever you want. Yeah, we'll work something out. Right, enough waffle. Games. Let's do the one that I picked up from eBay. Again, it's obviously a Master System game. Been looking to get this for a while now. I think, no, it's not the Last Shooter, because the Last Shooter that I need is probably really, well, it is really expensive. But it is one that I've always looked interesting. I don't know, it looks 1942-ish, which is probably give it away anyway, but it's Scramble Spirits on the Master System. It's complete. I don't know if you can make out them. That's my, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was meant to be like a copy, clone or whatever, but it looks quite fun. I mean, the front of it looks typical Master System style. Really cool. So I think now with this one it brings me down to 29. I think there's probably only, if there's not 5, it's less than 5 that are easier to get, cheaper should I say, and the rest then are absolute bitches, and obviously going to cost a fair bit of money to acquire. But I think I mentioned this before, I'm in no rush. Them games have been out since 1986. This is 1989. I think it's 1985, something like that, weren't it, I think. So, yeah. I'm sure that they're not going to be going anywhere. Hopefully they won't go up in price, so everyone will get bored of collecting games and I can go in and swipe the lot. Like that's going to happen. Right. What did I do? Where did I... Oh yeah, okay. It's alright, I'm getting confused. Pickups, out and about, mainly charity shops. I've got three PS1 games and 2 Xbox games. Now these PS1 games, I found a new charity shop, squirreled away it was. I'd been in there twice before and not found squat. And I thought, no, I'll persevere, because it's a little bit out of the way kind of thing, and it's only every now and then that I'm in and around it. So I thought, I'll persevere, I'll keep going back in and just checking. You know, I did ask the woman, and she sort of said, oh, we sometimes get there and really vague, and I was like, oh fuck it, but persevered and it's paid off. Well, paid off kind of. So there's 3 games. There were a lot more than this. I mean, to be fair, it's all just a standard price £1 a game. Okay. This first one I thought I had, but I thought for £1 I'll take it anyway, because I say it's one of the first. It's number 5, so it's the 5th PlayStation game ever released, which I didn't realise till I've just looked at it now. But it's Tekken. It's got a crack on the case, but sod that. Now, I didn't know this, and it's Mr. Neckbreaker, because I think he's really into his PlayStation. And he's basically what it is. There's a little code right on the spine at the bottom. If you can see that, so that was 0005. And I didn't even realise that was there, but obviously that's the sort of issue number of the game. So that's the 5th one ever. It's complete. Little bit. I mean, you know, it's been well used for a manual, to be fair, because usually no one really ever reads them. So there we go. So that was £1, and I thought I had this one, but I don't. I've got Tekken 2 and 3, so that's an absolute bonus. Oh, and another tip that Mr. Neckbreaker, again I'll link him down below, because I mean his PS2 collections. I think he needs some shelves, actually. Get some shelves. But he basically the older ones don't have the banding across the bottom. So that's another good tip. I didn't know. See, because to be fair, with the PlayStation, it was a console that I owned when it first come out, and I just chipped mine. Really bad, I know, and then just did all the games. So I never really collected for it, and the PlayStation 2, I completely skipped me by. I didn't bother at all with that. So the PlayStation Sony thing is quite newish to me. Okay, so the £1 game, they had a couple usual titles in there, like a couple of the Tomb Raiders and all that. I've got all them, but obviously I'll pick these 3 out because A, I needed them, and B, they look the most interesting anyway. This one is going to be for the reason that I mentioned regarding the banding, and it's Casper. So as you can see, there's no banding on it, and this is number 45. Fortunately, no instructions, which is a bit of a bugger, but I can live with it for the minute. It's nice and clean, actually. So that's Casper, and the pick of them. Again, I know nothing about the PlayStation really, other than what I've gleaned from, you know, people with more knowledge on YouTube, people like Labosu and stuff like that. They're really, you know, up on the PlayStation games and whatnot. So there's this one here. Yeah, my general rule of thumb is if I haven't seen it before, B, if it's by a certain developer or software house, or C, if it looks like it's kind of quirky or different, get it, because chances are you'll get back, you'll check it online, and you'll end up kicking yourself, especially for £1. So for £1, I took the chance, and to be honest, it paid off. Again, I don't know nothing about this game. Actually, well, I didn't even realise that. So this is by 2 awesome developers. So anyway, the game is Hell Knight, and obviously it's by Konami. But I've just checked the back, and I realised it's done by Atlas as well. And you can see that. Unfortunately, no instructions, which is right bugger. But it's got some sort of a Konami software catalogue in it. So yeah, Hell Knight, £1. So yeah, three games from the charity shop for £1. So like I say, you know, I think there's a few people that sort of say, "Oh, my charity shop don't have anything in it." Yeah, mine don't either. But you have to just be stubborn and just keep going back. I don't know. Tip of the day: be a stubborn bastard. 2 games from GameStation, and I still don't get this. They're supposed to be not doing retro stuff. They don't take it, and there's one of them that I visit, and every so often they end up with like an Xbox game. Now I don't know if they're just finding these in the store still, which I find hard to believe because I'm sure they had a mass clear out before, or they're coming from like their warehouse where they shouldn't have ever been off to. Either way, I'm not complaining, because for 49p, I say it does top up the compatibility list, because that's what I'm collecting. The original Xbox is just the 360 compatible ones. Fucked up again, didn't take my list, but there's these 2 here for 49p. I thought, sorry, I'll take a chance anyway. One of them work. One of them's compatible, the other one's not. So anyway, the 2 games. First one's 13, which is compatible, all complete, very good condition, nice and clean. Like I say, these don't look like these have been left in a store cupboard anywhere. I tell you. And this one is not compatible. It's Area 51. To be honest, this one looks quite a good game as well. So all complete, all nice. So that one's going to be up for trade or whatever. I might do a trades video actually, because I've got a fair bit of stuff that I could probably do with moving on. Right. And the last thing from charity shop. Now normally I don't look in the book section because I do read, and funny enough I can read, but I don't tend to look in the book section unless there's a book that I'm obviously looking out for, if that makes sense, because I just tend to buy the books that I want. But this is really weird, because there's this charity shop tends not to have anything in it anyway, and I just went in there, did the usual scan around, DVD section, CD section, and obviously the books are kind of next to it, and I don't know what it was. Something, I just looked down, and right in the corner of my eye, I just seen this, and it was just like a little picture of this, and that was it. I was like, and I've seen this book before, because when I was getting back into collecting, obviously I thought, oh, I'll have a look at the books, and I think Retro Gamer did like a piece on books, Bibles and all this kind of stuff, and I'm sure this was one of them that was in it. But anyway, without further ado, it's the Video Games Guide, and this is one hefty book. I'm not saying it's any good or anything like that, but it was 150. 150 from the charity shop. You can see that there. So it's just a nice little bit of memorabilia that you can, sit on the coffee table. The thing is, everything in it is all online anyway. I mean, that's kind of why these things just get killed off and don't really take off per se. But I thought it was nice for 150, and say to get that on eBay, it's fucking 150. The thing weighs half a ton. It'll cost you about 10 quid to post it. So yeah, that was it from out and about, ducking and diving in the shops. So car boot. And then it begins to start to rain as well now. So the car boot was on, like I said, surprisingly, because it was pissing it down yesterday. So hit the field. Wasn't actually too muddy, to be fair. The usual. Oh, actually, no. Balls. Rewind. Not doing the car boot. Not yet. I've got a couple more pickups. I forgot. Sorry. Two more charity shops. Seen this in the charity shop. Can't remember where it was now. Airman's charity shop or something like that. But it's Command and Conquer. Double disc on the PS1. Sadly, no instructions. Both discs though. Yeah, both discs are in there. I mean, I don't know if you're interested anyway. Yeah, it's 2 disc. Actually, quite in nice condition. That one was 95p. I don't think I got it, but for 95p, I thought that if I haven't, it's a nice one to have. And then, weirdly enough, I'll go to this shop a little bit. Going to this shop relatively often, and they do have games every now and then, but they're usually overpriced, like $1.99. And I went in, like I say, Saturday, and they had a couple of they had one. Tell a lie, they had one then, and when I checked the price, I was like, oh. So I checked the others, and they were all the same sort of price. So there was 2 there that one I definitely didn't have. The other one I thought, oh, I'm not sure, but again for the price, I thought I'll have it. So the one that I'd sort of picked out again, because I hadn't seen it before, looked a little bit quirky, and it's the Secret Saturdays Beasts of the Fifth Sun on the PS2, and it was only 45p. I don't know if you see that. So when I was like, oh, 45p, that's not bad. And I say, really good condition, nice and clean. So then I had a quick scan through them, just in case, because I thought 45p, I'll take a chance on one or two. There was nothing else there, usual sports crap. Except for this one here, so I thought for 45p, I don't know if I've got it, but it's Mission Impossible Operation Surma. Chances are I might have it, I don't know. But for 45p, again, I'll have that. It's all complete. Right, these are the last ones now. These are crack converters. Crack generators. Like I said, I forgot my list, so I had to phone the wife, check these ones. Both compatible, both 99p. This one I'm looking forward to playing, I must admit, because I do like this this series, and it's Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. The case is wow beaten up, man, but I can swap that out, it's not a problem. It's all complete, it's all there, and it's like I say, 99p. And then this one, purely the fact that it's compatible. Don't think I've ever played it. Obviously seen the film. The film is iconic and absolutely awesome, and it's The Great Escape. Again, 99p. Right, that is definitely it for charity shops and everything else. Just finish my coffee. Right, so rewind. Car boot was on. Weather was awful. Well, has been awful, but it was on, fortunately enough. And say most people obviously just didn't bother turning up. I've got a few bits, nothing outstanding. Probably one thing that's probably about it. Excuse me. PS2 game. It's one of them ones. I don't know if anybody who's out there who does go on the hunt, so to speak. You get to that point where you think, I need to buy something. This is not good. I need to buy something, and you end up buying stupid tat. Not stupid tat's the wrong word. But you end up buying something you probably wouldn't have if there's outs there. So I think I was getting halfway round, and it was like, oh man, this is desperate. So they had this game. I think it's like 25p, no 50p, I think, something like that. It's in good condition as well, and I thought, well, I don't think I've got it, and for that price I'll have it. And it's Knight Rider the game. But I don't, like I say, I was like, oh fuck, I ain't coming all the way out here not getting anything. So at that point there, that's all I had. Halfway around, I had freaking Knight Rider on the PS2. Then there was a guy, because I think what happened was, I think what a lot of people had done, they'd waited, obviously woke up at whatever time, seen if it's pissing it down, and then decided to get in the car and drive out. So quite a lot of people turned up a little bit later. So there's one chap there, him and his missus, youngish really, not mega young, but well, young compared to me. And he had quite a lot of retro stuff, to be fair. But when I sort of asked him, so you've got a bit of everything here, and he's like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm a bit of a collector. I didn't say anything to him about me or anything like that. I thought, he doesn't need to know anyway. So he did have a fair broad sweep. So he had like GameCube, he had Xbox, Mega Drive, stuff like that. But obviously he was bringing it out the car. The two bits that I picked up from him, 2 Saturn games, I think he wanted 150 each. So I got these for 250. So you take 250 for the pair. One of them I'm not sure if I've got one that I need to check. Perhaps I can check here because they're here. So I might have. Oh no, I think I'm all right. Oh no, cool. I ain't got it. Sorry. What have I seen this on then? This must be on the other one. Anyway, picked up 2 games. First one's Hardcore 4x4. That was the one I was wondering if I had or not. These both complete, both got manuals and everything else in it. Yeah, pretty good condition actually. Especially for Saturn games, they're not completely fallen to pieces yet. So, there we go. And the other one, which I knew I definitely didn't have, which is a Virtua Racing. Again, it's got the manual. I'm not going to bother doing that because the case will probably fall to pieces. So yeah, and like I say, the 4x hardcore 4x4. I think that's a PlayStation 1 game as well. So that's maybe where I was getting confused. But no, I need both of them. So anyway, yeah, this chap, he obviously was getting his bits out. No, he's getting his bits of stuff to sell out in bits. Weirdly enough, he didn't have it in a box or anything like that. They were coming out in literally in bits and dribs and drabs and whatnot. So sort of said, seen them 2 games. I thought, oh yeah, I'll have them. And he had a couple of other ones like your Sega Rally and all that. Got that. Had some Xbox games and stuff. So there's a couple that now. The problem with his stuff was, and it kind of ties into what he was saying about, I'm a bit of a collector. A lot of it weren't complete, so some of the Xbox games didn't have instructions, and he was asking like I think £2 a game with no instructions. So I picked out the ones that had instructions, then checked my list, and and sod's law, the ones that had instructions weren't on the list. So I put them back down. He had a couple of PS2 games, nothing outstanding. He then pulled out a bag with Sega Master System games. So I was straight in there, had a look through, nothing not needed, and obviously most of the games didn't have instructions. So when I asked him like, how much do you want for the Sega Master System, because I thought, well, if nothing else, I can use the boxes as donor boxes, because anybody who collects these things will know there's myriad of things that go wrong with them. They start collapsing on themselves, the hinges break, etc., etc. So I thought, the price is right, I'll use them as donor cases. He had 12 games, I think it's 12 games, Mark II, and he reckons there was a light gun in the bag, but he wanted £30, and he weren't budging, and I thought, no way, it ain't worth £30. I'm not in a car boot, and I'm not paying £30 just for a couple of boxes, so I'll just let that one slide. He had a couple of GameCube games, but again, no instructions, and for £2, I'm not, you're right, not bothering. What else did he have? Mega Drive games, and it's weird, he had one of these weird things where he had like 4 copies of Mike Ditka Football. It's like, okay. Sports stuff, nothing outstanding, nothing that really caught my eye. And again, they were just the carts with no instructions. So they were like 99p, basically 99p eBay games. And he was asking 150 to £2 for some of them. So it was like not going to happen. What else then? What else? Moved on, went round, and I seen them 2 old biddies with them Commodore games. I don't know if anyone's seen my video last week. I wanted £30, and again walked past because they were just selling like the normal glass shit that anyone who's been to a car boot knows. These people, they've got a table full of glass crap that looks like anyone fucking buys that. But again, it was like I looked down and the ceiling's saying game. It's Creatures. It was Creatures by, I thought it was Thalamus, but anyway, that's again what caught my eye underneath the table, and I looked at them again. I was like, all right, and I said to the lady, oh, how much do you want for your games? And she looked at me. I said, oh, I think I asked you last week, didn't I? And an old biddy mate there was laughing, and I said, yeah, because you said something ridiculous like £30. And she said, oh yeah, I went back and told my son that. I said, all right. I said, so what you asking? What do you want for them all? Oh, I said, well look. And I said to her, so I'll offer you £3. She went, oh, I can't do that. So, well, what do you want? What did he say? He won't take any less than a tenner. I went, oh, it ain't worth a tenner. So I tried to explain to her again the fact that they're old tapes, they're going to probably erode over time, etc. I'm not having a jar of it. I said, well, I'll probably see you next week then, and you'll probably take because I offered her a £5 then. I said, look, best I'll have them for is a £5. I'll take the lot for a £5. No. So I said, well, I'll see you next week then. No, you won't. She thinks she's going to fucking sell them. She ain't going to, if she's thinking £30, even a tenner, I don't think anyone's going to buy all them for a tenner. So that's just a little side note. Where do we get to? Right. So yeah. Seen this in a box covered by some clothes, I think. Something like that. It was something, I just seen the corner of it, seen the top of it actually, like the actual grill, and at first I thought it was like a stereo, but then I suddenly dived in, had a quick look and realised what it was. So like I say, seen the top bit of the grill, it's like that, and it's a fat silver PS2. Yay! So last week I got a slim one. this week I've got a fat one. It's in pretty good condition actually, I mean, considering. You know, a few little marks and scratches and stuff like that. So I've got that with two silver controllers, and then a couple of, I'm not going to get them all out, but a couple of the older PS1 controllers and two black PS2 controllers, and they're all DualShock 2. The lady wanted a tenner. I got it down to £8. So I've got eight quid for that. So that's awesome actually, because now I've got fat black, skinny black, fat silver, skinny silver, which I think I need a pink one then, don't I? I think there is a pink version. Then I think I've got all the colours then. Just can't resist them. I don't know what it is. I have to save the PlayStations. I think Pete's Nestastic had a fetish for saving PS1s, didn't he? When he used to go to the carboot, a big pile of them. There was a PS1 then. Someone wanted a tenner for it. Yeah, whatever. You carry on. It ain't going to happen. Actually, funnily enough, there was a lady there who had a boxed PS2 with a fair old wodger games. Nothing spectacular, to be fair. 30 quid. I was like, I could do 15. Not interested. Whatever. You ain't gonna fucking sell it for 30 quid. Forget it. There's people selling PSPs for 20 quid. You know, deluded. Absolutely fucking deluded. Right, pick of the day. After dodging all the lizards, to be fair, there weren't as many of the resellers out today. There was a couple of Egypts. The bloke from last week weren't there. Thank God. He was obviously gone and annoyed someone else. Probably Rich or Darren. They went. But there was the odd lizard, so I managed to avoid them. And I seen one of the bastards picked up Crash 2 on the PS2, Black Label. I mean, yeah, this is it. This is what they're like. So he bought that. I don't know where he got it from, but I've seen it in his bag. The only reason why I've seen it in his bag is because I was at a stall looking at, I can't remember what it was, something to do with games. And he was buying, right, now get this. This is like a bloke who's, if he's not 50, 60, right? Rich knows, I think Rich has seen him, like, no hair, glasses. He's not a collector. Make no bones about it. And this sealed it for me. So, oldish bloke, and I'd seen this in his bag. The reason why I seen it in his bag because he was at this store and he bought Barbie dolls. Go figure. He's buying Barbie dolls, so he's literally buying fucking anything. And this is what I'm on about. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. What's he doing buying Barbie dolls? Just gonna, buying 50p. What's it? What? And then I found when I went to another store, he's asking people about wrestling figures. I mean, completely like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I suppose each to their own, to be fair, but it just really pisses me off that he's just buying stuff just to sell it on again. With, you know, go and buy Barbie dolls and wrestling figures. Leave the fucking games alone then. You know, rant over. But at least he was only him and not one of the lizard that was going around the place. So, and I pipped him to this. So that's bonus. So the last thing, probably the best thing, I managed to pick up. Guy wanted a tenner. Got him down to 7. It's in pretty good condition, and it is a boxed M64. Now that doesn't come with Mario. I'll just quickly show you. Bizarrely, it comes with GoldenEye. It's got styrofoam in it. Ooh. Pop that there. So there we go. So it's got a GoldenEye, which I've obviously got. One controller, styrofoam, and then it has got the expansion pack in it as well, which is bonus. Memory card, and then this is completely random, completely bizarre. A GT64 instruction manual, no game, and then all the shitloads of paraphernalia and instruction manuals and stuff. So £7. thought I'd take that. There's no power supply in it, but it's probably worth it just for the box and styrofoam and stuff. So that's it, guys. Put this back in. Don't know if you can hear that rain now. It's absolutely pissing it down. What a washout! What a washout this car boot season's been. Got a trade in the pipeline, hopefully. So I'll have something to show next week, if nothing else. Again, we'll see what we'll pick up in the week, out and about, on the hunt. And that's it, guys, really. So I'm going to look to do a trades video, actually. I'm hoping I might be able to get it done today. So stay tuned for that. And take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks then, bye-bye.